My favorite verse in the Bible is actually a verse in Romans, which I have here in Romans 12:2, and it says, "And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect, the will of God." And the reason I like this verse so much is that it really speaks to my heart. And it's what I understand from it, which I mostly want to focus on the first part. And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed, or but be transformed. And I want to focus on that first part because it really speaks to me, like I said, that in this world, as Christians, we should be different from everybody else. We can't be the same as what everybody else is doing, no matter what everybody else is doing, or what some Christians are doing. You may say, I know so many Christians that do this, but if God called you to be different, then be different. Because God doesn't have the same plan for everyone. There's Christians who think that they're Christian, and they're not Christian. In the same way, it says, how some people say, do what I say, not what I do. So if you want to have a basis for how to be a good Christian or to follow Christ, don't necessarily only look at people. Of course, there's a lot of great people you could look at, your pastor, but look at the Bible. And as well, what I understand from it is that don't let yourself be changed in this world, because in this world there'll be many temptations for you to be different, for you to be like the rest of the world. Because as Christians, we're already different, because we're separating ourselves from what's seen as normal. Because in this world, what's good is bad, and what's bad is good. Nowadays, homosexuality is okay, but it's not okay. As in the Bible, it says it is a sin, and that homosexuals will go to hell. Nowadays, the world says so many things, but like I said, you can't follow the world. God called you to be different. You have to be like Daniel and his friends, who did not associate themselves with the king. They purposely chose to stay away from the king's food and from the things that the king did. And why? It's because they did what it says here in Romans. They did not be conformed to the world, but they were transformed by the renewing of their mind. Another thing, renewing of our mind. We have to change our mind if we want to get out of sin or anything. Sin is not only a battle on earth, but it's a battle in our mind as well, if you think about it. The devil is constantly fighting for our mind. So we have to be ready for that. And remember to not be conformed by this world, but to be transformed.